Disney, it ain't safe for you either, because controversy swirling around their live-action Aladdin film. Apparently, they browned up white actors so they could be extras in the movie in the desert. Yes, browned up with the makeup. Thought we got past this. And a lot of people are really upset at Disney because they literally filmed right beside an Asian community of 1 million people. So basically, Disney had 1 million brown people in their backyard and didn't hire them because the job didn't call for mowing lawns. Michael Wolff, an amazing journalist, I might add. No, that's not Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, guys. Chill out. He released a tell-all book on the Trump presidency, basically detailing all kinds of things we wanted to know and probably already knew, because he had quite the inside look. I'm not going to spoil everything, but I want you guys to know a couple of things. Apparently, Donald Trump is eating a lot of McDonald's. It's not hard to believe, but it's because of his fear of being poisoned. It's a long-term fear of his. One, you don't have to have a long-term fear of being poisoned if you're not a terrible person. Two, eating McDonald's to avoid poisoning is kind of like being a Cleveland Browns fan for the winning tradition. It's non-existent. Also, Wolff says Trump might have Alzheimer's. He's showing the signs. So that makes sense why he thinks he's the greatest. He can't remember a single day of his presidency. And also, if Trump does have Alzheimer's, I kind of feel bad because he's not racist. He just thinks he's in 1968. Proven racist and Santa's little helper, Jeff Sessions, is doubling down on federal cannabis laws that are going to ultimately put more minorities in prison than there already are. And President Trump, of course, is standing right beside him. Not necessarily in support. Jeff Sessions just makes Trump look tall. So one weekend of 2018 and Republicans are making life harder for minorities. What's new? And then they use the media to justify those actions. But one thing we won't see in the media is this. Because you can't pull your bootstraps out of that, you know? Baltimore City kids literally freezing in their classrooms, wearing coats, bundled up layer after layer just to be able to tolerate the class and learn. That's not a good work environment for kids. They say they can't afford heating systems, but this is the same Baltimore City government that pulls together $35 million this year for a youth detention center. So the plan is pretty simple. You stop black and brown kids from going to school, then you build a jail to throw them in. And in the schools in Baltimore County where they're predominantly white, they're not having these issues. And obviously the federal government doesn't care about these freezing children because they haven't done anything to combat it. So Baltimore City organizers have taken it upon themselves and made their own GoFundMe to raise money for heating systems and other things that the schools need in the area because, I mean, it's just a really bad situation. So here at Channel 310, we've also pledged $100 that we're going to give to the GoFundMe to help out and do our part. And honestly, I hope you do too. This is a problem. It's a problem all over America. Even in my hometown of Jackson, Mississippi, in places everywhere where places were a heavy minority presence, the schools are underfunded, and that's not fair. Your education shouldn't hinge on if you won the race lottery or not, because public education is a right, not a privilege for the few. This is Secret Black People Meeting, Season 2. I'll be right back with our special guest, Chelse Greaux.